so the joints don't quite go where they would on a regular leg. They're going to end up looking something like that from the side. Now all you've got left to do is just turn the shoulders up right here. Take the wings, the tail fins, turn them up, and these right here come up to the sides. And I believe, let me get the box. So that is pretty much how the box shows him transform. That's his official mode. Now I'm going to go ahead and transform Thundercracker real quick, and I'm going to show you how I you trash. Okay, so there are Starscream and Thundercracker next to each other. One interesting thing, let me just flip this up so it doesn't launch, and it launched anyway. Putting the safety on this for a second. Now the wheel, God, Jim. Extremely sensitive launchers on these guys. The wheels that it rolls on to make it fire, you can turn them in robot mode and get like a Gatling gun effect. But like I said, if you have the weapons in their hands, their arms are ridiculously long. What I like to do is, on Starscream at least, because his holders are tight enough to hold them, I leave the missiles in the holders from the jet mode, and it's kind of, it follows the mount follows the upper arm like the old G1 Seekers did. So maybe I'm the only one that thinks it, but I feel like that just gives them a little bit more G1-ish feel to have the missile racks on here. You can take and spread these open to give them a kind of like a claw, and also it looks good whenever it's spinning with the claws open. This one right here is not quite open, let's say. But anyway, really, it's not as bad a toy as I originally thought it would be, because I really didn't like the look of it. Which one is better? Again, I'm going to have to go with Thundercracker. Just because he looks so much better. I mean, the head on this guy is great. The light piping works very well. He's got a light piped mouth, which I wasn't sure how I'd like that first, but it does look good. But I mentioned earlier about this right here being the official way to have all the tail fins. And I don't like it because these guys are supposed to be huge, hulking robots that are armored and everything, and yet you've got all this open area right here that looks like it'd be a good spot to put a rocket. So what I like to do is just take and rotate this down behind the chest piece. It gives the impression of being a lot more armored. Rotate these down to give them shoulder pads. And on the back, there's one thing that makes a very small difference, but I feel like it's worth doing. Take and bring the wings back up like you're partway transforming them. Bring this back down and lay this over the small winglets on the back. What that's going to do is going to bulk up his back a little bit more and make him look just a little bit more well proportioned. Because, like, just to compare the two. So it's not much of a difference that it makes, but it does help some. These legs are kind of hard to get any decent poses with, because that is as far forward as the hips can swing. And after that, they start hitting on parts. But, like I said, nowhere near as bad a set of figures as I originally had them pegged out to be. What I like to do with Thundercracker is have his legs pose, because you can pose him not dog-legged like Starscream. It makes for very skinny lower legs, but I like to have him stand just a little bit straighter and a little bit taller. Kind of differentiate him a little bit. But like I was saying, this figure, if you see both of them next to each other on a shelf, I would go ahead and pick up Thundercracker. Much better looking. I mean, this guy has all these different colors. I mean, he has more than one color of plastic in his figure. I mean, this guy only has two colors. This tan and the black. This guy has the silver on his face, the gray plastic, the blue plastic. I mean, it's just very much nicer looking figure. So feel free to disagree with me, because I'm sure someone will, but y'all have a good one. Hey, I'm going to go ahead and try something new right here. What this is just going over the small details that I couldn't go because I doubt y'all would have seen if I would have just talked about it in the video. Right here we're looking at a close-up of Thundercracker's face. Like I said, he's got the light pipe mouth, which really does look a lot better. This was shot in the exact same light as the Thundercracker, but his face, you just lose everything. This is just showing just how much of a difference it makes standing straight compared to the dog legs. The dog legs do look good, but it causes you to have to lean the figure forward to be able to balance, and I just like it standing straight better. And just so y'all can see better what I was talking about, this is the Hasbro transformation, and this is the way that I like it done. It just makes him look more compact, and I just like it better. And here is Starscream with the same thing, and you can see both of them. It's just, they made the Starscream, all the detail work on him is so dark that you just lose everything. Now this, both of them have visible head disease in their alt modes. Starscream's is actually not as bad as Thundercracker's is, I find. You can turn Thundercracker's head around and it's not quite as bad. Starscream's, you turn his head around and it still just looks weird. And sadly, this is the best pose I could get either of them in.